Yeah, so all right, so Mr. Mumbles. So what we are doing is, as I said, we are doing the recap. I'm sorry, I gotta go on my phone for the wrestling. So we did talk about the New Day losing. We did talk about Drew McIntyre beating both AJ Styles and The Miz, as Miz cashed in his Money in the Bank ladder match. And we did mention that the return of Charlotte Flair tagging with Asuka to win the tag team titles. So what I was saying is I want to know how long this is going to go because Asuka's the heavyweight champion. So at that point, what's going to get defended. Um, we did talk about Sasha. Okay, and then another match, of course, was the Roman Reigns versus Kevin Steen. I thought, you know, I've been iffy on this, character because I admit I haven't liked how they've dealt with Jey Uso and Dean, but I loved everything about this match. Like I knew Kevin Owens wasn't going to win, but with having him fight with both Jay and Roman and stuff like that through the whole thing, it justified him not winning. Jay not giving up, it justified, Jay is not much of a punk, and it gave Roman the win. So I did like that. Let's see, takeaways from the pay per view. I think would be I need um, some solo matches and some solo real feuds with Jay. So if Kevin Owens is not going to continue on with Roman, I would love for a switch to go to Ray, to Jay Uso or something. He needs something more than to be Roman's lackey. Um, the women's tag team, like you have girls that you're not using, and you have girls that are in tag teams like Mandy and stuff. You have a tag team belt for a reason. Use it. Don't spread it around the same girls that you were spreading around the heavyweight title, or it's no point. You're about to probably have Asuka and Charlotte feud for their title. So you're gonna hold up the tag team for how long to keep them at the tag team title instead of bringing up some other girls that you could get some shine to. So I'm I've not really liked how they fully use the tag team titles and stuff for a bit. Um, I with the whole, I really hope that they do some type of feud with Miz and Morrison. I don't know what they're doing now is not really working, so I'm hoping for more. Okay, what other people? AJ Styles looked really well. Like you can still continue on with the feud with Drew if you don't have anybody else. Sorry about that. So if you don't have anybody else he can feud with, AJ Styles will always be a great feud and always pull in a great matchup. So um, what one thing I totally realized, where's Dominic and Ray and stuff? Like I didn't see them at all in the thing, and I realized I don't even remember like what they're doing, and they don't seem to matter. That's kind of weird. They were so important for so long. Yeah. Okay, so very good pay-per-view, better like one of the best pay-per-views in the last couple of months. I thought all of the matches were at least as good as they expected or better than like I wasn't really let down by anything. And in all honesty, that's the most you can sometimes ask for, you know, in the pay-per-view. As nothing's gonna be perfect, but it was very solid, very positive type of matchup. And I really did like the the whole pay-per-view there. Oh yeah, and there was the Fiend, Randy Orton. It, that was actually better than I thought because I was really not amped looking for this thing, and they put together a really good match. I don't can. So then that, of course, leads to Monday night. So I'd say the winners would be for pay-per-view, the winners would be the whole Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Kevin Owens, and the losers would have been Miz and the whole Money in the Bank foolishness. Like they've messed that whole thing up. Okay, so Monday it starts with Charlotte coming out by herself, and you could hear the braggadocious type thing that she does. So it does sound like she's gonna be going back to her heel. She's the greatest, but luckily she brings out Oscar quickly. If you hear, it looks like she was about before she got interrupted. She was about to challenge Oscar or ask Oscar as a friend to put up the heavyweight title. So you know that that's coming either Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. You know, out comes Naya and Baszler. You know, they're gonna be talking their trash, and then because Naya and Baszler are gonna be facing Mandy Rose um, and Brooke, they came out and they were talking trash, you know, about them not being title holders. And then that match gets started. Of course, Baszler and Jax won because they're still building them up to go back for the title. But I'm liking Rose and Brooke more and more. They work well together. Um, I think Brooke could improve her move list a little bit. Rose for her size is really good. I like the knees and all those type of moves. And I would honestly think it's funny because I don't know. I kind of like Oscar's name for them. How she called them their sexy body friends. That would be kind of a funny, you know, almost offensive but funny name for them. But it was a good match. You know, setting up for to build up everybody involved. So I like that. All right. So next we had the VIP, the return of the VIP lounge, celebrating the Hurt Business. Because if you think Bobby Lashley got the U.S. title, and now Cedric and Shelton, they've got the tag title. And to be real, MVP is the best manager in the business. You know, he's got all the gold, and so they did their whole braggy thing, and then out comes, you know, Riddle and Jeff Hardy because they're going to be having a match later on. I've got to say, I don't know if the writing's getting better or his delivery's getting better, but I'm liking Riddle more and more. He's got a low key, funny, passive aggressive, kind of making fun of you, but sounds like he's not. type of an image that I really think is good. Um, so that I thought the match was gonna be, but they were just talking trash. The next match was Angel Garza versus Bulac. They've been building Angel Garza for the last little bit, of a romantic, you know, character they've done over and over again. Angel is very good in the ring. They put him against Gulak because Gulak's a worker and a really amazing in the ring. So both, the match was really good. Angel Garza came out on top, and I'll be honest, I don't mind his whole image, but I do think eventually he's gonna need a valet. Just either steal one from somebody or something just to give it some more oomph. Okay, so an interesting, we had a Miz TV, and Miz brought out AJ Styles, and it was very much, hold on, it was very much interesting that it was very much interesting that I like when Miz does the whole, he's not really speaking of just in character. He's being real when he talks about how hard he's worked and the things that he's done to be a WWF worker and champion and how long he's been in this industry. And people still look at him as the reality star and don't take him serious. And if when you at the end of the day, when we look at his resume, Miz is going to be not a wrestler. He is going to be a Hall of Fame wrestler, but he doesn't get the. So he was like saying he kind of snapped because he needs that title to get everybody and stuff, and he actually apologized to AJ, which I thought made it really real for me and stuff, because that his character shouldn't apologize. Then Drew comes out and with Keith Lee and Sheamus, and they do a nightmare after TLC storyline, making fun of them because there is a match that they're a holiday no holds barred match that they're having later, a 6-man tag. So it was kind of funny, and they did beat up everybody, bullyish and everything, but it is it to me it was a little it didn't need them coming out. That didn't add anything to it for me. Okay, so then we have Ricochet versus another member of Retribution. I don't want to see it again. And then just have the Ricochet Ali match. If Ricochet loses, he's part of Retribution. Like, this is done. If you're not giving Retribution the respect they deserve to do it right, so it just needs to kill. So we had another tag match, Hurt Business, which was MVP and the CEO of Hurt, or forget what they call it, versus the Hardy Bros. Remember, not the Hardy Brothers, the Hardy Bros. Matt Riddle and Jeff Hardy. Okay, so great match. Um, they actually did their broetry in motion and a few other moves. They actually worked well, very well together. So I really like that. And then it was the main event was the triple threat. Um, Basically a no hold bar. There's decorations around. I forget what it's called there. Uh, Great match. Um, Tensions on all sides. No one really like each other. It looks like they are building a tension between Sheamus and Keith Lee that Drew is gonna have to try to play the middle for. I find it interesting because everybody's looking at Sheamus as the one that's going to backstab, but we all know there's the rumors that Drew is supposed to be facing, might be having Keith Lee at WrestleMania with what's his name, Brock Lesnar in a triple threat. So obviously there's going to be something that happens between Keith Lee and Drew. Okay, so it was a very full and very good Raw. A lot of no rest. I think people were on their shit to the day after the pay per view, even though the crowd's not there, the energy was there to a point, and everyone did well. I really enjoyed the show, and all right, so SmackDown, they're going to be having major show. Big E versus Sami Zayn for the title. Charlotte and Asuka versus Jackson Baszler for the title. And Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns rematch for the title. So we'll be watching that on Friday. I might do it live and stream with you guys. If you want me to do that, let me know. All right, so please follow me at King's Court ENT on Twitter and Mumbles905 on Instagram. Let me know any questions, um, any advice that you want to give, anything you want to talk about in wrestling, thing you want me to look into or cover. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy, East 905. Let's go. Mumbles.